I'd like to welcome on stage Ms. Abeer Qumsieh, Chief Business Development and Strategic Partnerships Officer at MakanE.
Thank you. Very excited to be with you today, and good morning or good afternoon now to everyone. At MakanE, we're an e-commerce builder and e-commerce enabler. And I wanted to give you a quick overview of what's happening in the world and how e-commerce is shaping up, what are the numbers, how interesting is this sector, and how does the ecosystem work together towards the growth of this sector. So if we look quickly at the numbers here, we can see that a lot of the growth is happening very steadily and in the right direction, and it is expected by 2025 that the e-commerce retail sales will exceed 7 trillion. So the sector is very, very interesting as we speak today. And if we look at, of course, what the pandemic has done in terms of accelerating the growth of e-commerce, of course, it added an acceleration of a number of years to the e-commerce sector. So the number of worldwide people who are shopping online is increasing 10%, which is definitely a higher percentage than the pre-pandemic. So we're talking about almost around 4 billion people that are online shopping and basically doing all their purchasing online. And the online sales, of course, as we all are expecting, is continuing to grow as consumers are becoming more accustomed to the convenience of shopping, especially through mobile devices. If we look today at the world population, we're looking at nearly 8 billion, and expect next year that we will reach that number around January. And the unique mobile users in the world are around 5 billion. So you'd imagine the massiveness of the industry. Internet users are around 5 billion, and active social media users are almost 5 billion as well. Now, looking at how the sector is evolving, definitely as we're moving more traction, the numbers are growing very steadily. And of course, if we want to take a perspective from the helicopter view of the world and coming to the MENA region here where we are looking that the internet users also is increasing, of course, obviously, as the percentage, and the numbers in each country. If we look at the spectrum of the GCC and Middle East, definitely we're looking at UAE, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, Egypt, Jordan, and Tunisia, which have the highest traction in the number of users. Now, the e-commerce market size, if we look, we all zoom in the e-commerce market size and the online shopping in specific, we're looking at an increase in product and service purchase around the world, as well as ordering groceries has also grown. Also, there are also price comparisons, and you are, of course, seeing the buy now, pay later options for the consumers. And we definitely, as MakanE, we're looking at how much the demand on the buy now, pay later is becoming something of an obsession of people, especially when they do it in installments. And the banking sector and the financial institutions are looking at supporting that consumer behavior. Of course, in the MENA, or the MENA e-commerce region and the market size, we're looking at the number of people purchasing consumer goods via the internet is around 4 billion, so 3.78, and that's a very attractive number. The spend is 3.85 trillion in terms of the year to change. And if we look at what are the sectors that are being bought online, so we look at a diversified sector, which also makes it even more interesting in terms of electronics, fashion, furniture, toys, food, beverage, physical media. So the world is definitely going in a very interesting direction. Now, for us being as a startup, MakanE is a startup. It has been born less than 2 years. And we've been working with the sector, the ecosystem. And we've seen that, of course, everybody needs to work together towards the growth of the sector and towards capturing the benefit of this sector. Now, if we look at who are the players in this sector, so of course, associations like Intaj and the likes of Intaj in all countries are very much, they play a really vital role into enhancing the sector, bringing people together as we are today, and of course advocating for the sector with the governments, because the laws are not yet mature enough to support the evolving of the sector. Looking at that, financial institutions of course play a big role. Just I want to bring it closer to everyone today. So when we put people online, what do we sell at MakanE? We basically do e-stores. So anyone who has an offline store, we bring them online. So we build the store for them. We put the products or services online, their pictures, the description, the prices, and then we help them connect with the payment gateways and the delivery companies, and then we do the marketing, and I'm going to talk about in a bit about that. But doing that, definitely we cannot do it alone. We definitely need the support and the services of the financial sector, the payment gateways, the e-gates, and so on, and the delivery and logistical companies. Now, of course, as an e-commerce platform, we definitely are the beginning step for anyone to go online. But after that, we need the support of the government. Let me give you an example. When a seller or a merchant with MakanE wants to, has a request from a customer in Kuwait, as an example, how will if they are from Jordan, how will they export that? You need that relationship between the laws, the government, the customs, and so on, plus the delivery companies, the logistical part. So as well as when we talk about government supporting the ease of business within the country, as well as the tax laws, as well as the export laws. The e-logistics and integrations are very important. So for us at MakanE, we have the store up and running. Now what? We're going to stop there. Unless we have the integrations with the payment gateways and the financial sector, as well as the integrations with the delivery companies and the logistic, then definitely business becomes alive. But also, if we leave it there, nothing would happen. You definitely need the third part, which is how do I bring the orders to that merchant in particular. And of course, when I talk about the ecosystem, the most important part of the ecosystem is the beneficiary or the merchant or the seller or the SME. So at MakanE, we have SMEs, we have social sellers, we have HBBs, the home-based businesses. These are all customers or beneficiaries that benefit from the online stores. Looking at that, of course, for the e-commerce to work, it's not only about the ecosystem, but also about the partners. And here we have been working closely with donors across the board to enable people who are underprivileged, outside the capitals, that want to work from home, women who want to start their own businesses. So these NGOs, the donors, can support that. The FMCGs also, we're finding that they're can play an interesting role where they support the small shops where you can see their logos on the offline shops. Imagine when you see their logos on the online shops. So that has been an interesting conversations that we were having with these partners, as well as, of course, partners are government entities, governmental entities, semi-governmental entities who play a great role as well. Moving on to that, just giving you a bit of a perspective from what I'm talking about. So at MakanE, we are today in 4 countries operationally. We are in almost 7 countries remotely. We have built over 14,000 online stores, so that you know the massiveness in less than 2 years, and in reality, it's per year for this year where we become really strong and operational. And just getting 14,000 entities online, you can imagine how much work and legwork. And you need to know that people in this part of the region need the education, need the support because they are a bit, they fear technology, they are scared of the technology, and they need that support to go online, and they need the digital literacy and the marketing literacy of how the e-commerce world works. So we have over 600 staff members, team members, spread over the 3 countries and moving and growing forward. And of course, just to put a bit of perspective, when anyone wants to go online, they will need from 1 month to at least a year if they want to do it alone or through several suppliers and providers. With MakanE, of course, the technology and the enablement made it easier quicker, faster, and affordable. So today, in one day, we can get the domain name and the store up and running. We need 2 or 3 days to work with the payment gateways, another 2 days to integrate technology with the delivery companies, and then we have a long-term relationship where we help our merchants sell, because getting that store online doesn't make the magic. The magic happens in this section here where they can sell online. And we have teams on the ground that help the merchants go online, help them digitize, get their pictures and their products out, and they help them with the growth advisory. And this is a value that's very important. So it's not like one click of a button to get online and sell online. So the trick is how do you get those orders to the merchant, and that's how things change. And just want to give you a quick glimpse of how the stores work. So this is someone who sells dates, and basically this shop exports to several countries. This is someone who sells art. Also, this person exports proudly. We help them export. Fashion, of course, and you can see the difference between the different stores. In the technology itself, we've built how it works. Customization, you would not feel that the stores are very similar, and they can choose the themes, the colors, the sizes, the descriptions, and so on. Quick glimpse of our numbers. MakanE's digitization impact. We've done over 14,000 stores. We've created jobs through the stores. We have above 300,000 online transactions and over 1 million products online in a very, very short time. Just on a final talk before I show you an example of one of our merchants. This is the difference between having an online business versus an offline business and the cost. So running an online business would cost almost a fraction of running an offline business. And if we want to create jobs and elevate and evolve and support the economic reforms, definitely the online is the name of the game. To sum it up, when SMEs, social sellers, and HBBs, they grow and they succeed, everyone in the ecosystem, from the financial sector, the governments, the donors, the e-commerce, the ICT sector, everyone wins. I'm gonna I'm gonna show you an example of one of our beneficiaries. Please, if we can have the video up and running.
بأنه مشروع غرفتي عن جد أعطى مساحة إلي ولإله. الجول تاع مشروع غرفتي أو هدف مشروع غرفتي إنه فعلياً إنه نساعد المجتمع المحلي وخصوصاً السيدات بإنهم كيف إنهم يقدروا ينتجوا معاي. مشروع غرفتي أعطاها فرصة إنه يكون في عندها كمان دخل إضافي لإلها. شو وراء هذا البرودكت؟ هي فعلياً هذا الإشي، الفاليو، القيمة اللي أنت عم تاخذها من هذا المنتج. هي واحدة من أكبر التشالنجز دائماً بمشروع غرفتي اللي هي إنك to keep the cycle running. فلما تركت شغلي وبعد بالضبط 5 أيام سكرت البلد، كنت عارفة إنه ولا يمكن يكون في عندي تشانس إني أنا أشتغل، لأنه الناس كانت عم تطلع من شغل. كان يعني قرار، ويعني القرار كان كتير صعب علي، بإنه قديش الناس اللي حوالي إنه they're gonna support the idea. في كتير منهم طلعوا علي وقالوا لي إنه اللي عم تعمليه جنون، إنه أنت you're risking a lot. أنا كتير صراحة بحب هذا الإشي وشغوفة بهذا الإشي. كان في صعوبة إنه كيف أنا هلأ رح أسوق حالي إذا أنا ما عندي التولز اللي أقدر إني أنا أنطلق فيها. واحدة وقتها من الشركات اللي إجت هي شراكتي مع مكاني وفر لي الويب سايت أو الموقع الإلكتروني، فصار كتير أسهل للناس إنهم يتجهوا للموقع الإلكتروني ويطلعوا إنه إيش في بضائع، إيش المتوفر. حطيت من فكرة حطيته إشي على أرض الواقع، إشي إنك أنت تفتخر فيه أو تحسه إنجاز. أكبر تغيير أو إنه accomplishment أنا عملته هي فعلياً النظرة الداخلية لحالي. كثير مرات الإنسان بدخل بمود إنه بقدر أو ما بقدر. You can do it. دائماً بقول لحالي إني أنا قادرة، إنه I can، بقدر.
So when we put the merchant, the SME, as our focus, definitely the sector and the ecosystem will win. Thank you very much.
And now, before the lunch break, please welcome Mr. Florin Vrejoiu, Executive Vice President at ATIC, Association for Information Technology and Communication of Romania.